Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Today I want to show you how to create this beautiful olive green halo eye that's perfect for this holiday season that we're in. Today I decided to use an older palette. I dug into my KKW Camo and it was a blast. It really was. I love digging into older palettes. I know here on YouTube it's always about new, but as a consumer, that's just not the way the cookie crumbles for me. I constantly like to dip back into my old palettes and recreate new looks. So I hope that by bringing out this old gem, it inspires you to do the same. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into how I created this beautiful halo eye, shall we? Alright, so I've already primed my eyelids with my ABH eye primer, and to start things off, I'm going to grab a blending brush. Mine looks like this, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here in the KKW Camo palette. I'm going to take that shade and I'm going to run it all through my crease. I just want to put a base layer down to give us some extra dimension in our look. And I'm taking that all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to dip back in again and tap off any excess. And do the same thing. Making sure I take it all the way in. Now that I have that color laid down, I'm going to grab another blending brush. This one's slightly more pinched and a little wider, a little fatter. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here next. Taking that shade, I'm gonna use tapping motions to place it down in the outer corner. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inner corner before we blend. And I'm making sure as I'm tapping it down to extend the color up above my natural crease line because I do have hooded eyes. And if you have hooded eyes, remember to do that as well. Right now I'm going to start blending these edges. I'm going to blend it in a little bit. Really, I am focusing on the outer corner. We're going to go to the inner corner, blend these edges here. Make sure we don't have anything harsh. Okay, I like how we're looking so far. I'm gonna grab a slightly smaller little blending brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into this green shade right here. Now using this color, I'm gonna concentrate that on the outer corner and inner corner as well, just using that to build up some dimension in this look. Now that I have those laid down, I'm going to go back in with that original blending brush. I'm going to pick up the slightest bit of that first shade, really not too much of anything, and I'm just going to use that to go over everything. And blend the edges of the outer corner as well. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to dip into this shimmer right here. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to pick it up. And then I'm going to just start tapping it down on my lid, focusing it in the center. I am taking a little bit diagonal and creating almost like a triangle shape so that it covers more space towards my lash line and even less as it gets closer to my crease, if that makes sense. And now that I have that shade laid down, I'm going to go into this shimmer next. And I'm going to take a tiny bit. And I'm going to go directly in the center of my lid, all the way to my crease. And I'm making sure to bring that shade up. Now let's go ahead and do our lower lash line. Taking an even smaller blending brush, a very nice densely packed detail brush, I'm going to take a mixture of the first shade and that second shade that we used. And I'm going to run that along the outer half of my eye, connecting it up with the outer corner and the inner half as well, leaving as much as I can in the middle open. Now I'm going to go back into that green shade right here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the outer corner and on the inner corner right here. Alright, that's how we should be looking. Now I'm going to take a little flat brush, like it's so tiny, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into those two shimmers, and I'm going to dip into the first one, wet my brush with some setting spray, and paint it on the lower lash line. And as I'm putting the shimmer down, I'm making sure to keep it right in that center, so it almost mirrors what we have going on top. Right, now that I have that first shimmer laid down, I'm going to dip into that second one, and I'm going to tap this just over that very, very center of my eye, just like that. And then with whatever's left, I'm just going to put it on top of my eyelid. And now for the inner corner of our eye. To do the inner corner, I'm actually going to layer two of the shimmers. I'm going to wipe off that brush that I just used for the under eye, and I'm going to dip into this shade first. And I'm going to paint that all on my inner corner. And then I'm going to go over top of it with this green shade right here. I'm going back in with that green shade and just intensifying things a little bit. I feel like when I put that inner corner shade on, I lost it a little. I'm just going back in and blending a little bit, adding a little bit more pigment. The last thing we're going to do with this palette is a brown bone highlight. I'm going to dip into that super light shimmer, and I'm just going to take it right underneath my brow. And to finish off this eye look, I'm going to take this NYX eyeliner in Golden Olive, and I'm going to line my waterline. Now I'm going to take a brown eyeliner. I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio in Bold Brown, and I'm just going to use that to tightline. So this is the final look before lashes and mascara. I'm going to go ahead and pop those on, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look up close with lashes all done. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out and let's chat. So that's it. That is how to create the perfect smoky green halo eye using the KKW palette. The camo palette. I really enjoy this look. I love it, and I really see myself recreating this or something very similar most of the time for this holiday season, if I'm going to be completely honest. A halo eye is a definite go-to for me. If I don't know what to do, that's what I'm doing. It's just so pretty, and I love it. I love how it looks. And if you have any questions about anything else that I have on my face, I'll make sure to link it down below in the description for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've gotten this far, please consider subscribing. I create a whole bunch of beauty content here on my channel, and also give me a like. It really helps my channel out, and I really would appreciate it. Until next time, bye guys.